Saturday Night Baseball downtown at Petco Park in San Diego. Tonight it's the third of this four-game weekend series between the Arizona Diamondbacks and the San Diego Padres. Alongside Dan Plesac and Mark DeRosa, and Danny, as pitching matchups go, it doesn't get much better than what we've got here for this one.
Well, Matt, these are two of the best in the business. Two guys that throw a lot of strikes, and if their game is on, we should have a very low-scoring ball game with these two elite starting pitchers.
Major League Baseball on the show is next. Jake Arrieta will be the man on the mound for the Friars. What's your take on him, Dan?
This guy really struggled last year. This season's going to be about a bounce-back year. Real ugly ERA last year. He has a lot to prove to himself and to his teammates that he's a much better pitcher than he was last year.
And stepping in, Carl Crawford.
And
we are set for
Arizona,
baseball here this evening.
Center fielder, Carl Crawford.
Arrieta's ready. First pitch on its way. And underway downtown tonight as the first pitch is taken for ball one. Guys, the swinging Friars as they take the field here tonight. They come into this one in good spirits, fresh off their first victory of the new campaign last time out.
Yeah, Matty, this is a classic case of hitting is contagious. They scored a bunch of runs last game, and this team is flying high right now. There's a fight at the bat rack.
Temperature starting to drop as the sun goes down. 56 degrees here at first pitch. Now the 1-1 pitch. Hit sharply on the ground. Scooped up. And the throw to first is in time. One gone. Time now to look at the Diamondbacks starting lineup. Who's the one to watch, Dan?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited to get a chance to watch Xander Bogaerts do his thing. This guy hit over 300 last year, and man, it was impressive. Just hitting over 300 is really something special to look at. He's a consistent hitter. I love watching his approach. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes. He'll be there again this year if he continues to stay within himself.
DJ LeMahieu comes on with one gone here as he looks at a called strike one. One out, nobody on. That's taken. Now it's 0-2. And there are the umpires assigned to this one. Balls and strikes belong to Mr. Jerry Hillsdale.
You know, D-Row, I think Jerry Hillsdale is a very good hitter's umpire. Doesn't give much on the edges. He's going to make you put the ball over the plate.
Oh, I love me some Jerry Hillsdale. You have to come over those 17 inches. He ain't giving you anything on the outside corner, and that's the way it should be.
So it was a strikeout looking there. DJ LeMahieu goes down for out number 2 in the top half.
Murray.
In now, Eddie Murray. As he'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. First chance for him here in the top of the first with nobody on. Set to deliver the 0-1. Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2.
I know this guy has a lot of weapons on the mound, but what makes him so successful is that he's aggressive in the zone, getting ahead, forcing action.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. A bouncer up the middle. And the inning will continue as that's through for a 2-out hit.
Hey, there's a nice knock by the 3-hole hitter. I know there's 2 outs, but they always say with your man coming up, the number 4-hole monster, as soon as he steps in the batter's box, there's a runner in scoring position.
Here's Xander Bogaerts now as he swings and grounds it toward the hole. And that finds its way through for a base hit. He'll hold at second, and there are 2 aboard now.
Wow, looked like an easy beginning of this inning. Gets the first two guys out, then the 3 and 4 hitters all of a sudden start locking in on him, and now he's got to get through this 5th hole hitter to get out of this inning unscathed.
Yeah, he's definitely put his feet to the fire right here. This number 5 guy, he's known. He sits in that 5 hole to drive in runs, and he's smelling ribbies right now.
At the plate now, Cliff Floyd, as he'll watch a sinker here that misses. It's ball 1. Great chance to drive in a run here in the early going. One and 0. Here it is. 1-1 the count now. Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole. Lifted the other way down the left field line. Left fielder giving chase. He's got it. A great running play, and that'll retire the side. Diamondbacks strand a pair, and now the Padres get their first opportunity in a scoreless ball game. Kerry Wood, a right-hander from the state of Texas, is the man on the mound here. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
This guy had a year you'd love to forget last year. Awfully ugly. We'll see if he can rebound and pitch much better. And if he doesn't, his spot in the rotation could be in jeopardy. It'll be awfully important that he gets off to a good start in this one.
So here is Ichiro Suzuki. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Ichiro Suzuki.
The pitch. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. Well, guys, you take a look at this Diamondback squad as they begin play here tonight. It's official now. They will not go 162-0 as they were handed their first loss of the season last time out.
Yeah, Matty, I know they lost their last game, but you know as well as I do, in this sport, you have to have short-term memory. You have to let it go. They can get it going back in the right direction today.
Tried to get that one airborne, but it's 1-2.
I'm going to need to see a better game plan out of the hitter right here. That ball was at his eyes.
Hit well on the ground to first. He'll take it to the bag himself, and the leadoff man is gone here to start the home first.
Batting second.
With a moment here in downtown San Diego, a look at the Padres starting lineup. Who stands out to you, Danny?
Well, Matty, the guy I'm here to see is Big Chris Bryant. He's hitting over 400. Now, hold on. I know it's just April, but that's really impressive. And if you're hitting 400 in the backyard playing wiffle ball, you're still doing something pretty good. It's been a great start, and I'm interested to see if he can feed off of it the rest of the way.
Hannes Wagner comes on with one away as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0. Fastball taken, but that gets the zone for a strike. Bases are empty, one man out. And he takes one off the inside corner for ball 2.
Pretty good pitch right there. Fastball in off the plate. One of the things you want to do as a pitcher, try to stand those hitters up.
Maybe getting a little jumpy in the box, so he steps out and asks for time. Padres shortstop ahead with a 3-ball 1-strike count. Barry Bonds is on deck. The 3-1 pitch. Hit weakly back to the mound. On to first, and a good start to the inning here for Wood. 2 gone.
Batting third, the left fielder, Barry Bonds.
Next, it'll be Barry Bonds. First pitch of the AB on its way. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Swing and a miss, 1-1.
Hey, boys, you talking about getting your ace swing off right here? That's what it looks like. A guy with massive power letting it eat.
In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. Here comes the 1-2. Still a ball and 2 strikes.
Well, somebody's sitting off speed right here. Only way he was late on that heater is he was expecting another changeup.
Now another 1-2. Got him swinging as he runs the fastball by him to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for San Diego. Still no score. New inning set to get underway, and that'll bring forth the veteran outfielder, Michael Conforto.
Michael Conforto.
Arrieta's got his target. First pitch on the way. No balls and 1 strike. Lays off the sinker here, a ball and a strike. One and 2 now as that one's fouled off. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. And it's up to a 3-2 full count now. Sandy Alomar will be next. Grounded down the third baseline, but this will get foul, so they'll do it again. 3-2. On a good curveball, gets him swinging for out number 1.
This has not been a weekend to remember for him. He's just been completely lost at the plate, flailing all over the place. Now that's his 6th strikeout of the series. They've really got him figured out.
At the plate, Sandy Alomar. And on the first pitch, he grounds foul. No score here as we play inning number 2. And he pulled up in time, but it's a called strike 2. Swing and a little blooper to center. Wagner backs up and takes care of it. 2 away.
Batting it, the third baseman, Yohan.
Bases are empty here with 2 away, and that'll bring up the former top prospect as a minor leaguer, Yohan Moncada. First offering. The windup and the 0-1. Swing, line drive. That's going to be trouble. Running hard, he's digging for second. And he will pull into second with a 2-out double.
Batting 9, the pitcher, Kerry Wood.
Standing in now, Kerry Wood, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. Runner in scoring position with 2 gone. He's set. The 0-1. Swings through it for strike number 2.
Hey, I know it's the pitcher at the plate, but he's going to grind it out right here. He's got a chance to help himself, and nothing's a bigger backbreaker to a team than watching the pitcher drive in a run.
Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again.
On 0-2 here, he doesn't have to give in with a great pitch to hit. He's got a base open, so he has to focus on making a good pitch right here.
Line hard into left. And nothing will come of the two-out double as the inning is over. Two-out double left stranded. Back with more on this fine Saturday night following this. Bottom of the inning now, and next to bat will be the first baseman, Harmon Killebrew.
The first baseman, Harmon Killebrew.
Here it comes. As he'll look at a fastball in there on the outer half, it's 0-1. And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. And he pumps the fastball by him here. 1-2 now.
This is why you pay the price of admission right here. Power on power. My money's on the pitcher.
And he struck him out.
Pitching 101 is changing location and upsetting the hitter's timing. You do that, and everything's going to be fine. In that strikeout, he never threw the same pitch twice in a row, and he won the battle because of it.
Stepping in now, Robinson Cano. As he'll get caught chasing a bad one there, it's strike one. Bottom of the second here with no score. Pulls this one into the air out into right field. Conforto is there. 2 down.
Batting sixth, the catcher, Joe Torre.
Now at the plate, Joe Torre. 9 at-bats for him in the series so far, and he's collected a pair of hits. First pitch of the AB on its way. Two out, nobody on. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. And it's 1-2.
Hey guys, that fastball just registered 97 miles an hour. On a night like tonight where it's super cold out, if you don't get to head to that baseball right there and you get jammed, it's almost like getting stung by a pack of wasps.
Got him. Couldn't connect on the slurve that time, and that'll end it. Clearly enjoying their time here at the ballpark, as are we. We're back with more on this Saturday night after this. So now here is Carl Crawford, grounded out in his last at-bat.
Yeah, I understand that, Matty, but this guy's got burner wheels down the first base line. I don't think he even concerns himself with that. He has to put it on the ground. That's part of what makes him successful.
I love everything this pitcher's got working right now. He's got presence. He's got great body language on the mound. He's got fastball command and a nice early feel for his off-speed stuff.
1-1 to the D-backs leadoff man. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Back up the middle. Oh, a diving effort as it's off his glove. And he'll make it to first easily on what will almost certainly be ruled an infield single. And there's probably no happier person in the ballpark. Carl Crawford has just collected his first hit in the big leagues. And as is customary, there's the ball being sent into the dugout. Someone will tuck it away for him to put in his trophy case.
Yeah,
Now
good
playing
for him,
shortstop.
and congratulations.
Number
Listen,
13.
he's worked his entire lifetime for this moment, and he's obviously trying to play it cool right now, but you can bet inside his head, he's on top of the world.
DJ LeMahieu is in for his second plate appearance as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0. Arrieta sets. Here's the pitch. Pitch is a cold strike. The throw is not close as he's in there with a stolen base.
You know, I like the aggressiveness there. They haven't cracked the scoreboard at this point, so it's clear they're trying to manufacture something by forcing the action. We'll see if it works out for him.
Crawford leads off second with nobody out. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Pulled high in the air out to left field. Bonds is there, and he makes the catch for the out.
The batter, the first baseman, Eddie Murray.
Digging in will be Eddie Murray. He's singled in his first AB.
Yeah, and they take another single right here. That third base coach is dying to wave his arms. I wouldn't be surprised if anything hit hard through the infield. He's going to wave them.
0-1 the count. Good changeup there as he takes command. 0-2.
Hey, with first base open, pitcher's definitely going to nibble and try and see if the hitter expands the zone.
A pause and the 0-2. Off-speed pitch just missed inside.
Great arm action on that 2-strike changeup right there, but even better job at the plate to take that one.
Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. Shatters the bat as this is hit on the ground. Throw pulls the first baseman off the bag, and both runners are going to be safe.
The batter, number 2, shortstop, Xander Bogaerts.
So now it'll be the 4-hole hitter, Xander Bogaerts. He singled first time up. Now time is called here as we'll get a trip to the mound. First pitch on its way. And he tries to hold back on the swing, but I think it would have been ruled a strike anyway. It's 0-1. From the stretch.
Hey, you guys know me. Hitting's a process of elimination, and I'm eliminating the changeup this next pitch. I'm on everything else.
Into right field, that's a base hit. And they're going to take a 1-0 lead as the run comes across to score.
Boy, that has to feel good as a hitter, D-Roy. You get that base hit to give your team the lead. You have to feel good when you get down to first base.
Yeah, it's just a nice approach. You see him turn to his boys right there and get fired up with the dugout. 100%, not trying to do too much, able to quiet the moment down, center himself, and come through in a big spot.
To the plate now, Cliff Floyd. As the first pitch to him is a changeup that can't find the zone. It's ball 1. Flew out in his only at-bat so far. Bullet to first base. And now they'll tag him out between first and second. It's a double play, and the inning is over. Only 1 in the inning for Arizona. Digging in next will be Chris Bryant. 7, 8, and 9 to start the home third.
Not much going on offensively so far for these guys. 6 up, 6 down. Let's see if the bottom part of the lineup can get something going.
Well, the home crowd seems a little restless, so I'm sure they'd appreciate it. First pitch on the way. As he can't catch up on a fastball at the letters, and it's strike 1.
Get it ready, big boy. This guy's throwing 3 digits right here. The best way I can help the fans is 90 to 92, you can usually see seams. 92 to 95, it starts to really quicken up on you. Over 3 digits, you're seeing a white blur.
Just behind the fastball there, 2 strikes now.
The MO of this pitcher in the early going is certainly establishing the inside part of the plate. He has been dominant. Sometimes you just got to tip your hat if a guy can effectively, consistently pitch inside like he is.
Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. Breaking ball, and he gets him to chase it in the dirt. And he makes the throw to first. Bryant is retired, and there's 1 away.
Batting 8.
So with 1 away, a reminder that Padres baseball continues all season long on the show as you get a look there at what's on tap for the Friars over the next 7 days. Next to stand in is Starling Marte. Ready to deliver. Here comes the first pitch.
Inside, ball 1.
Padres still with the big goose egg in the hit column thus far. Boy, he just threw that fastball by him.
You know, when you're facing a top-of-the-line pitcher like this, he's going to be down around the knees like that more often than not. The key is punishing whatever mistakes he makes, but so far he hasn't made many.
Here now the 2-2.
Well, you don't see it all that often, but this might be a good time for a 3-2 change. If he can locate it, it's nearly impossible to hit.
Now the payoff pitch home. And he takes ball 4, so he's on. And as you know, that often means the steal could be in order here.
They haven't been able to register a hit against this guy, but at least they have a base runner here. We'll see if that leads to something.
So a runner at first with 1 out now, and that'll bring up the pitcher, Jake Arrieta. From the belt, the pitch. Swing and a miss, but he's right on here. 1 strike.
Hey, when you're featuring a mid-90s fastball like this pitcher, attack with that pitch. Get ahead. Get the offense on their toes. That opens up the off-speed pitches later in the game.
Now a changeup in on the hands that evens it at 1-1. In the dirt here. Good job there as the count goes to 1-2. From the belt, kicks and deals. And there's a fastball well off the plate inside. The 2-2.
not a bad time right here to put that runner in motion. 3-2 count. You send the runner, and if it's a bad pitch, it's ball 4.
Now the payoff pitch home, and he misses again here. It's ball 4, and that's back-to-back walks here with one away.
And that's 2 free passes in the 3rd inning alone. So you have to wonder if maybe it's something mechanical or if it's just psychological. Got to get back on track here.
So the next to bat will be Ichiro Suzuki, trying here to plate the tying run from second. Here's the first pitch to him. And he waves at a curveball there. No balls and a strike.
Hey, it's nearly impossible to turn 2 with a guy that could run like this. It's even harder when he comes out of the box hitting from the left side. You really need something tailor-made to even have a chance to get him at first.
Behind 0-2 now. Marte on second. Arrieta is over at first with one away. And on 0-2, he misses with a fastball.
Stone cold take right there. That fastball very well could have sent him packing back to the bench.
Working for the punch out and the offering. And this is swung on and missed. His 5th strikeout already, and there are 2 gone in the inning. Got him with a good high fastball there. Danny, we see a lot of that pitch in strikeout situations these days. What makes it so effective?
I think, Matt, what makes it such a tough pitch is you're changing eye levels. That fastball up looks so enticing to hit that you see that ball as a hitter, you think you can drive it, but it's really hard to get on top of that good high hard fastball.
And this one's in the dirt, and the runners will stay put here on ball 1. Two down, runners at first and second. And he fouls this one off. One and one. Here it is.
A time to start making some quality pitches. He finds himself in a tough spot behind an account with guys on base.
The 2-1 pitch. Man, and he's nowhere near that pitch. It's 2-2.
Hey, don't kid yourself. I know those were 2 bad swings, but he hits middle of the order for a reason. It only takes 1 swing.
He got him. Lively fastball that time, and it puts an end to the inning. A couple of walks, but no damage. More from the show. Saturday Baseball following this message and a word from our local stations. Start of the 4th upcoming, but first, Heidi Watney is standing by with a report.
Matt, during the commercial break, I had a chance to catch up with manager Torey Lavello about the Diamondbacks' offensive production. And overall, he's really happy with the at-bats they're putting together. Yes, they've only scored 1 run, but he said they've done a great job of forcing the pitch count up, and he thinks that's going to lead to more offense for them as this game goes on.
All right, Heidi, thank you. All set for the start of the 4th. And up next, the left-handed hitting Michael Conforto.
Michael Conforto.
Arrieta into the windup. Here's the first pitch. Curveball, and that misses in the dirt for ball 1. Now the 1-0 is looked at for the first strike. Now a swinging bunt. Still hanging with him. Another good swing to keep it going. Ready to deliver the 1-2. And he lays off it to even the count 2-2.
This is a fun guy to watch when he's up there. Really battles. Doesn't take any pitches off. He's a grinder. Always seems to make it difficult on the opposing pitcher.
Line to the right side. But a foul ball as it holds it 2-2. Trying to send him packing for the second time. Got him. So with one away, let's punch up the graphic and show you the pitch speed comparison for the two starters here in the fourth inning. And boy, which of those two numbers leap out at you there? How about the 100? My goodness. Ready now for the Diamondbacks, Sandy Alomar. He flew out in his last AB. Ready to deliver. Here comes the first pitch. Hit on the ground out to short. Ahmed has it. Throw on to first, 2 gone.
Now batting, third baseman, Yoan Moncada.
Next to bat will be the Cuban import, Yoan Moncada. Wheels and deals. Here's the first pitch. Swing and a line drive. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit.
I can't tell you guys how fired up Bobby Cox used to get when the 8-hole hitter would get a knock. And I would know that, boys, because I batted an awful lot in that 8-hole in my early days.
In now, Kerry Wood. Bouncer to the left side. Throw on to Killebrew, gets him, and that ends the inning. 1 left for Arizona, but they lead it 1-0. At the plate now is Barry Bonds. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
Still a big bagel in that hit column. And this is where the frustration can start setting in on a team if they're not careful. It's never a good feeling when you know the guy out there on the mound is completely shutting you down.
Ball 1 to start the at-bat. Can't find the zone there as he lays off the breaking ball. And he gets this fastball over. It's 2-1. Shoots this one over to first. And the Friars are into the hit column.
Hey, guys, he's lucky he's getting this baseball back. He hung that middle of the plate. The batter's eyes lit up, and he was able to put good wood on it.
Killebrew.
Into the box, Harmon Killebrew, as he'll look at a fastball too high for ball 1. Struck out in his first at-bat. A ball and a strike to the Padres' first baseman.
Hey, I don't mind that batter taking that strike right there. He's walked a couple people early in this game. Got to find out if he can find the zone. If he wants to walk them all in, we'll take it.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and it's 1-2.
That's not really where you want to miss right there. I know this guy has got power stuff, but you can't live in the middle of the plate against this lineup and expect to have success.
High in the air down the right field line. Long run for the right fielder. He's there and records the first out.
The batter, number 24, second baseman.
Digging in now for San Diego, Robinson Cano. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Throw over to first, and he'll be back in standing up. From the stretch, here's the pitch, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball one.
That's a good take on a fastball out of the zone. Hey, I get it. He's looking for a ball to drive, but that ball was a little bit too far up in the zone. That's one you normally pop right up.
He's not going to get him as he swipes second.
You don't see that very often against this guy. This guy has one of the best arms in the game, but still a successful steal of second base.
Now the 2-0 home is in there for strike one.
You know, he fell behind 2-0, Matty, but he battled right there and got right back in this count. An aggressive fastball, middle of the zone.
Wood looks back. Now comes home. Swing and a miss, strike two. Here now the 2-2 is swung on and missed, strike three.
Boy, it's been a rough go through these middle innings so far. This offense right now really doesn't have an answer for anything that he's throwing. He's attacking up, down, in, and out in the strike zone. He's been awfully dominant up to this point.
Into the box now, Joe Torre. As the first pitch here's a bit high, it's ball one. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Ready with the 1-0.
Hey, usually the second time through the order, you start seeing an incorporation of some more off-speed stuff. But this guy's locating, feeling really good about his fastball. 2 back-to-back.
The set and the 1-1. Grounded back up the middle. And that'll get by into center field for a base hit. And the run is in to score from second. It's 1-1.
Boy, there are big RBIs and big base hits, D-Roll, but none more than with 2 outs. A big 2-out knock right there. Not only ties things up, but keeps the inning going as well.
Yeah, just a great approach right there by the batter. You never know when your number's going to be called. You always wanted to pass the baton to the next guy behind you. Take the donut off your bat and trust in the teammate behind you. That is a huge knock and keeps the line moving.
And a first pitch swing. He hits a fly ball to left center.
And no trouble for him as he makes the catch to end the inning. So a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. All ready to go in the top of the 5th. And that'll bring forth the rookie outfielder, Carl Crawford. Third baseman in tight, protecting the bunt, the first pitch. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Marte is under it. 1 out.
Now batting, the second baseman, DJ LeMahieu.
And that sends DJ LeMahieu into the box. First delivery to him. Starts him out with a sinker that's inside, 1-0. That evens it up, 1-1.
There's a pitch we haven't seen in a while. It's going to be tough on the hitters if they have to incorporate that into their mindset.
Ground ball sent back up the middle. And that is through into center field for a 1-out single.
There's a hard hit ground ball. Pitcher not able to get a glove on it. Hard single up the middle.
Yeah, watch your lips right there, Dad. Sent it back right where it came from.
plate now, Eddie Murray, as he'll take a look at ball one. 1 for 2 in the ball game thus far. Here's a look over to first, and he'll get back in standing. The 1-0 home is taken for ball 2.
This is a spot you really don't want to be in with a great hitter like that. You can't just lay one in there, but you also don't want to run the count to 3-0.
Curveball swung out and missed. 2-1 now.
That's evidence of a pitcher and catcher being totally in sync out there. That tells me they both know that's a good pitch for him right now.
The 2-1 home. LeMahieu leads off first with 1 away. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone.
Well, that's just a quality pitch right there. The location was excellent because if it's put in play, there's a good chance it's on the ground for a double play. And, hey, a strikeout always works too.
So it's a runner at first with 2 gone, and that'll bring up the power-hitting shortstop Xander Bogaerts. He's set, and the pitch. Runner aboard at first here with 2 gone in a 1-1 ball game. Lined hard toward right center, and another base hit for him. Now 3 for 3 in this one, and that runner will hold up at second with 2 aboard now.
Boy, so frustrating as a pitcher. You make a quality pitch on the inside half of the plate right there. Try to bust him in, D-Row, and he fights it off the other way.
Yeah, you tip your hat to the pitcher right there. He executed his pitch, but nice job by the offensive player fighting. It doesn't matter what it looks like. A knock's a knock.
Cliff Floyd is the batter now as he looks at a ball of 1-0. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. One and 0. Here it is.
What a great opportunity to come through right here. 2-0 count, runners on base. Find something middle of the plate and let it rip.
The 2-0. One run, 8 hits, no errors so far for the Diamondbacks. This one's down to third, right to Bryant. And the inning will end as they're unable to cash in with 2 outs. Diamondbacks strand a pair, halfway home, all even at 1 apiece. Welcome back for the bottom of the 5th. Here's Heidi Watney.
Matt, I talked with San Diego's manager during the inning break about the Padres' offensive production to this point. And flat out, he told me they just need to put better swings on the ball right now. He said they're searching for ways to drive the ball with some authority because it's just not happening for them today. They haven't gotten an extra base hit yet, so it's been a real struggle getting guys into scoring position. But the key, he said, is not to panic. Sometimes you just have to fight through the downturns and keep your focus and energy high.
Leading up for
Good
the
stuff, Heidi.
Padres,
Thanks.
the center fielder, Starling Marte.
Now here's the first offering. Starling Marte is at the plate as he watches ball 1. In for a strike. It's 1-1. And Dan, that's a pretty good example of why he's such a great pitcher.
Yeah, stuff. Stuff is obviously an important key to being dominant on the mound, but it doesn't mean a whole lot if you don't have outstanding control to go along with it. But he does, and he really spotted that pitch.
That ball's headed for the gap in left center. He's got a base hit, possibly more. He's through first and hustling for second. And that is where the wheels pay off as he's able to make it into second with a hustle double.
So with your pitcher due up next, you can either have him bunt or you can even think about having him show bunt to draw the corners in and then let him swing away. Depends on how much confidence they have in him with a bat in his hands.
So now to the plate, Jake Arrieta, as he'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. Worked a walk in his first plate appearance. Now the 0-1 from Wood. Breaking ball stays high and misses for a ball.
Looked like he was a little over-aggressive there to throw that nasty curveball. Just needs to slow his delivery down a bit.
1 run on 3 hits and 1 error for the Padres so far. The 1-1 home.
You certainly know he's not trying to work around the pitcher. But sometimes the hardest thing to do is to throw a strike to a guy that you know won't swing the bat.
Now the 2-1. In the dirt here. No advance here, but it's 3-1 now. Hitters count all the way. Here it comes. And he takes ball 4. So a good job out of the 9-hole in getting on base as we go back to the top of the order.
Up next to the Padres, the right fielder.
Next to the plate for the Padres, Ichiro Suzuki struck out in his last trip to the plate.
Yeah, he's got to put that one behind him, especially with runners in scoring position. Those punch-outs will stick with you a little longer.
He's set. Here it comes. As he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike.
Well, they've really had an answer for keeping him in check in this series. He's offered very little resistance with the bat in his hand so far.
Oh, and 1 count and the pitch. None out, runners at first and second. Two balls and a strike now as that misses to the San Diego right fielder.
Hey, lots of guys get too aggressive in a spot like this, but he's done a nice job of gaining some count leverage. Look for him to put the ball in play hard.
And before the 2-1 pitch here, time called at home plate. Lifted down the line in left. But this is going to wind up a foul ball. First and second here with nobody out. Fouled off. Got him. And that's 8 strikeouts now for him in the ball game. Pretty clear he didn't like the call there on the outside part of the plate, but probably too good to take. And he's down on strikes for the second time.
Yeah, that pitch was right on the black. Beautiful pitch. And even if we had robot umps, he'd still be out. But the only difference would be he wouldn't be able to complain about it.
At the plate, Nick Ahmed. As he'll take a look at a pitch too low, it's ball 1. Looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at-bat. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
Clearly working the bottom of the zone, trying to get a ground ball for a double play.
The 2-0 is a fastball taken on the inner half for a strike. He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
Team's been struggling on offense. Let your D work for you right here. Pound the zone.
And he misses with that one. Ball 4, and that's going to load the bases now with still only 1 away. And now time is called here as their pitching coach is going to pay a quick visit to the mound to discuss how they want to attack things here. Ready now is Barry Bonds, singled in his last at-bat. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. As he'll take a tough pitch on the outside part of the plate for strike one.
So important getting ahead with the bases loaded. Already a difficult situation, so you don't want to make it any harder by falling behind in the count.
And obviously a big spot here with the bases loaded, so he'll step out to rethink things. Set to deliver the 0-1.
He's already walked 2 in this inning already. This guy just can't seem to find the strike zone.
As a look, now the pitch. Count is 1-2 now. Looking to punch him out again. The pitch. Count still at 1-2. Lays off 2-2 now.
Keep in mind, people, the longer the at-bat, the higher the likelihood that this becomes his last inning.
Grounded to third. This could be 2. Moncada has it. LeMahieu for 1. On to first, but not in time as he beats it out.
Well, they really did have a shot at turning 2 on the high chopper. They only get 1, and that allows the runner from third to score.
So it's first and third with 2 away, and here is the killer, Harmon Killebrew. Looking to keep this a 1-run game. The pitch. Oh, and a hearty cut there to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1.
Hey, this isn't exactly the way you'd like to draw it up. Not throwing a lot of first pitch strikes, but the bottom line is he's getting outs.
Now a throw over, and the runner back in standing. Comes set, the 0-1. Now a curveball knocked down at home plate. Good job to corral this quickly as the runners hold on. And now he'll again ask for time. And one thing you don't want to do is get a pitcher too riled up out there. The pause and the 0-2.
Big spot right here. That's a great pitch to try and see if you could get him to fish outside the zone. He's still in the driver's seat right now, and I'd expect something else to miss off the plate.
The set and the 1-2. Ball 2. Now a move over to first, but the runner's back easily. Swing and a miss got him reaching. Alomar finds it. The throw to first is in time, and the inning is over. Friars forced to settle for just the 1. 5 innings complete. It's the Padres 2 and the D-backs 1. Into the box, Michael Conforto. 0 for 2 for him to this point.
The right fielder, number 31, Michael Conforto.
Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. First pitch of the inning is taken low and away for a ball. It's 1-0. Can't sit back long enough, and the count evens up at 1-1. The pitch. Swings through it for strike number 2.
In my opinion, one of the toughest pitches in the game to square up. Just a heavy sinker with good downward action.
Got him. And that's the third time we've written a K next to his name in this one. What's your take on all the strikeouts we see in the game today, Dan? That was his third tonight, and it seems we're seeing that a lot more these days.
Yeah, Matt, there's been a real change in philosophy as far as hitting in baseball today. A lot of guys think now that an out is an out, a strikeout is just as good as a regular out, but we're seeing strikeouts at an alarming rate in baseball right now.
He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes.
Ball 1.
Low scoring game thus far. 2-1 here in the 6th. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
That's where he wants that sinker to end up, but that was a nice job of laying off.
A little early, and now it's even at 2-2. Into the windup and the pitch. Hit back up the middle. And into center field as he's aboard with a 1-out single.
Boy, that's a really good pitch, Mark, right there. Down in the zone. That's one as a pitcher, you just kind of have to shake your head and tip your cap to the batter.
Yeah, right there. You're looking to just either foul that off or stay in there and survive. He found a way to not only stay in there and survive, but drive it up the middle for a knock.
So here's Yoán Moncada as he'll look at a changeup that drops below the knees for ball 1. 2 hits and 2 trips for him thus far. The set and the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss on the sinker, a ball and a strike. Alomar, the runner at first with 1 gone in the inning. A little bit outside. 2-1. Base hit, line drive into the corner. And now it'll rattle up against the wall. Alomar rounds third and is digging for the plate. Now the relay home. But this won't be in time as he's well safe and the run scores.
Yeah, it's always nice to get a run right back after you've given one up to the guys in the other dugout. So he squares this thing up really well to drive in a run and ties us up at 1.
Now time is called, and this might be to buy a little time for that reliever to get loose. To the plate now, Kerry Wood, as he'll take a look at a slider here that misses for ball 1. No hits to this point. Now the 1-0. Oh, they have him looking awfully confused up there right now. It's 1-2.
You could just see this guy out on the mound right here. Just the body language. He knows he's on top of his game. Executing a nasty slider down the way right there, giving this offense no chance.
And he stays alive here as he gets a piece of this, and in turn he gets a piece of the catcher behind the plate. 1 out and a runner on second base. And another foul ball. Here he comes again, 1-2. Lifted in the air out towards left center. Marte calls off the left fielder as he takes charge for the second out.
The center fielder, number 13, Carl Crawford.
Up next for Arizona, Carl Crawford flew out last time up. Hoping to keep it tied. Here it comes. As he'll watch a sinker here that misses. It's ball one.
Good spot to be in right now as a hitter. Count your favor, 1-0. Good time to get a fastball and turn it loose.
Swing and a miss out in front of a changeup.
Got to sit middle when a guy's trying to pitch around you. If he's going to give you first base, take it.
Here's the 1-1. Two out here and a runner at second. Weak grounder back to the mound. Throw on to Killebrew gets him, and that ends the inning. But a run will score in the inning on this RBI double. Bottom of the sixth coming up, and we're deadlocked now at 2 apiece. Bottom of the sixth inning now, and that'll give way to the veteran second baseman, Robinson Cano.
Second baseman, Robinson Cano.
First pitch on the way.
It's really hard to work deep in the games when you're having an outing like this guy is. You're going to strike out a lot of guys. Well, guess what? Your pitch count's going to go up, too.
Two balls and no strikes. And now some action in that Arizona bullpen as it looks like they'll have both a lefty and a righty up to throw. From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. Two and two.
Hey, that's the modern game right now. North-south. Elevate that high fastball and bury stuff in the dirt. Completely different from the east-west we came up playing.
The 2-2. Strike three on a pitch in the dirt. The throw to first is in time, one down.
The catcher, number 9.
So next to bat will be Joe Torre. Delivered an RBI single last time up. Now here's the first offering. One out, nobody on. Fastball well outside. A swing and a ground ball to third. Great effort on the dive, but it's through into left.
That's what we refer to in the biz as a hanger right there. He's lucky he's getting this baseball back.
Ryan.
Here's Chris Bryant now, as he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty. It's strike one. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. Now the 0-1. And this one's in the dirt, but it won't skip away far enough for the runner to advance. The 1-1. Runner at first here with one away in a 2-2 ball game. Hit softly on the ground to third. Knee high, he barehands it. Got him!
At had to protect there with 2 strikes, and he just got it off the end of the bat. Not much of a problem for the infield at that point.
And now indication from the dugout that they'll issue the free pass, and with the pitcher on deck, that'll force their hand here with 2 gone. D. Strange Gordon will start to loosen up in the on-deck circle as he'll bat with 2 on and 2 out here.
D. Strange Gordon.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Can't find the zone there as he lays off the breaking ball. Two and 0 now.
Wow, the Padres have been scuffling so far. They need to get a big hit, and it's about time somebody comes through right about now.
The 2-0 pitch.
That pitch looked like it could have been a little high, but he's been calling that pitch all night. Kind of rough for a pinch hitter, but I'm sure his teammates let him know that's where the zone has been.
3-1.
3-1 here. You have to make a good pitch on the mound. Grooving one here rarely works in your favor unless the hitter tries to do too much with it.
And he misses again as the command is definitely letting him down now. It's ball 4.
That's a big no-no. He obviously had to work carefully with 2 men on, but he did not want to walk him to load the bases. Now he's really got his work cut out for him. We'll see how he fares here.
The San Diego batting order turns over and set to go Ichiro Suzuki. He went down looking in his last trip to the plate.
Yeah, Matty, and hopefully he got it out of his system. Especially now, he's got to bear down. He gets the 2 strikes in this spot, has to put the ball in play.
1 ball, no strikes to count. Corey on third. Marte over at second. Strange Gordon on at first with 2 down. 1-1 to San Diego's leadoff batter. One and 1. Here it is. And this ball runs away for ball 2. 2-1.
It often becomes harder to hit the zone when the pressure starts to heat up.
Unable to get the bat around in time, and the count evens at 2-2. Now time asked for and granted by the home plate umpire. Goes the other way as this is lined to left. He's under it, and that ends the inning. Pods leave him loaded. 6 innings complete, all square at 2-2. Kelvin Herrera is on to pitch from the bullpen now to start inning number 7.
Number 40, Kelvin Herrera.
Here's the second baseman, DJ LeMahieu, singled last time up.
Second baseman, DJ LeMahieu.
First pitch of the AB now. 0-1 count and the pitch. And he gets him to swing through that one. He's in control. 0-2.
I know that feeling. Played 14 years in the big leagues and still can't hit a slider.
Suzuki has the best view of this one, so he'll take it for the first out.
Now batting, the first baseman, Eddie Murray.
Digging in, the switch hitter, Eddie Murray. He was sat down on strikes in his last at-bat.
Yeah, but it was a good changeup, Matty. Good arm action on that pitch. Look for him to try and stay back a little bit more. Let the ball get a little deeper. Don't be shocked if this pitcher tries to rush a heater right here.
A ball and no strikes. Here it is.
2-0 to a guy with this kind of pop. You better be awfully careful because he's going to be swinging out of his shoes.
Bases are empty. One man out. There's the fastball that gets the lower part of the zone, called for a strike.
That's the exact spot to lean on as a reliever. As a hitter, you just have to tip your cap and look for the next one.
And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Lifted the other way down the left field line. Left fielder giving chase. He gets there, and that's the second out.
Now batting, shortstop, Xander Bogaerts.
Now into the box, Xander Bogaerts. He steps in off a base hit in his last at-bat. First pitch on the way. High in the air down the right field line. Right fielder giving chase. He's there to track it down, and that'll end the inning. Diamondbacks down in order. And this game is still tied at 2-2. Felix Medina will come on in relief as he'll make his second appearance of the season so far.
Felix Medina.
Ready to go for the last half of the inning, and that means that Nick Ahmed will be the next to bat.
Shortstop, Nick Ahmed.
Here's the first pitch. In there, 0-1.
You know, a lot of guys don't like to swing at the first pitch. That might be the case with this one right here. Took a wheelhouse fastball, 0-0, center cut. Didn't even give the impression he was swinging.
And he misses with it, 1-1. And he's behind now as he missed badly on that swing. 1-2.
You never want to take the aggression away from a ball player, but in this situation, I'd like to see the leadoff guy try and work the count a little bit more, especially when this pitcher's missing like he is.
And a changeup swung on and missed for the first out. And with strike 3 recorded there, he's notched his first career major league strikeout.
Well, man, if he can become a consistent strikeout pitcher, you have to figure his career is going to end up being a solid one. All the best pitchers at this level have at least one pitch that they can go into in tough situations. So we'll see if he becomes one of those guys as his career goes along.
And now a pitch on the way. Barry Bonds stands in as he swings and misses for strike 1. Swing and a shot toward right center. And he will run this one down. A good read off the bat for the second out.
I know they say sometimes that these things even out, but that was a bullet line drive that gets caught. He would have represented the go-ahead run.
Standing in now, Harmon Killebrew. Oh, and this is hit high and deep out to left. Boom goes the dynamite. A solo shot here to left. First home run of the campaign for him. And the Padres move in front now, 3-2.
This is one of those situations you dream about when you're a kid. He steps up in a big spot and blasts his first home run of the year to take the lead. Storybook stuff has come to life.
Into the box now, Robinson Cano. As the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball one. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. The 1-0 home. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Can't keep the weight back, and he falls behind 1-2. Into the windup and the pitch. Now a swing and a softly hit ground ball. High in the air out to center field. Long run for the center fielder. He tracks it down, and that will end the inning. The Padres get 1 in the inning, and it comes on the solo home run. 7 complete here tonight. It's now 3-2 San Diego. So now into the box is Cliff Floyd. He'll start us off in the 8th.
Cliff Floyd.
A.J. Ramos is out from the bullpen now as he'll be making his first appearance of this young season.
Number 53, A.J. Ramos.
From the stretch. He swings and hits it foul off to the right and out of play. The 0-1 delivery. Shin high. That's taken for a ball. I had him guessing that time as he's barely able to foul it away. The 1-2. Misses for the second ball. Count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Floyd.
Good pitch, and I think he locked him up, but he wasn't rewarded for it this time.
Lifted the other way down the left field line. And that'll get down for a base hit. And this will find the wall deep in the corner. And he'll get in at second base as the tying runs aboard with a leadoff double.
That's the perfect answer after you've given up the lead in the previous inning. Put the tying run on second and get the momentum going back in your favor. Now we'll see if they can cash in.
Next to hit, Michael Conforto. It's been a rough go of things at the plate for him so far, but his guys are looking for him to change that right here.
Yeah, nothing better than coming through for the boys in a tight game, Matt, especially when you're kind of due to do something productive.
And now the first pitch. At the letters, but called high. It's a ball.
This has to be a productive at-bat right here. I know you want to drive the run in and get the RBI, but you have to find a way, bare minimum, to move this runner over to third.
2-0 now. He waits. Now the pitch.
When you're playing close games like this, base runners mean everything, so he can ill afford to start giving away free passes.
Here it is. The 3-0 is laid off, but in there for strike 1. deployed. Stands at second with no outs. And it's up to a 3-2 full count now.
He knows full well he's sitting on a hat trick right here. All he's trying to do is avoid the golden sombrero.
Crowd gets up for the 3-2. A bouncer up the middle. And that's through into center field. Base hit. And that's going to tie our ball game as the runner scores from second to make it 3-3 now.
Now back.
You know, D-Row, in today's game, it's not easy scoring in the late innings, so that RBI base hit to tie things up, that comes at a really good time.
Yeah, I say it's not easy. They got 11 guys in the bullpen. I don't think a guy throws under 97 miles an hour with sink and cut. That is unbelievable he's able to get that knock in that big spot.
At the plate now, Sandy Alomar. And on the first pitch, he grounds foul. He's working on a 1-for-3 thus far. High in the air down the right field line. Suzuki will settle under it to make the play for the first out as the runner will have to head back to first.
Up next to the Diamondbacks, the third baseman, Yohan.
Now to bat, Yohan Moncada trying to keep it going. A perfect 3-for-3 thus far. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes as he hits it weakly on the ground toward first. One there, and nearly a double play. It was closer than I thought it would be, and the inning will continue. So that one wasn't quite hit sharply enough to turn two.
Well, when you get a ground ball in a double play situation, you always want to turn it, but that was a tough hit to do it on. You don't want to rush and make a mistake and get no out, so that was a good job to at least get the runner going into second.
Andrew Benintendi is in with 2 away as he takes a ball 1-0. 2 out with the possible go-ahead run at first. Called strike at the knees. Evens the count at 1-1. Oh, and he took a big swing at that one as this is driven out to deep left center field. And that finds a seam for extra bases as we'll see if they want to wheel that go-ahead run home from first. He's in there at the plate. And they've taken the lead here in the 8th.
The center field, number 13.
Dan, you'll take RBIs any way you can get them, but when they give your team the lead in the late innings, man, that feels good.
Oh, it especially does, especially when you start to score runs late in the game off of quality pitching. When runs are at a premium, that's what makes you feel really good about yourself.
In now, Carl Crawford. He swings and sends it in the air out to left center. Bonds is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. Not too many more shots left. Nick Anderson is out from the bullpen now as he'll be making his first appearance of this young season. And now in the box, Joe Torre. It was a base hit last time up.
The catcher, Joe Torre.
From the stretch, here's the pitch. As the first pitch sinker misses to him, it's ball 1. Anderson is one of those guys that just seems to be at his best under pressure. Runners in scoring position, tight game, tough hitters at the plate. That's when he's at his best.
One of the keys, Matty V, to being a good reliever is being able to pitch out of trouble. Trouble that's created by the pitchers before you, or sometimes you even have some mess that you put on yourself. Hey, regardless if it's a mess that he's inherited or one that he's created for himself, this guy makes good pitches when the game's on the line.
Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. The 1-1 home. A ball and 2 strikes now.
Hey, if he's going to execute that curveball, and that's the first one of the day, if he's going to execute it like that, be on the lookout for that one. That's going to be a big pitch for him today.
And a fastball swung on and missed as they set him down for the 2nd time here tonight. Stepping up is Chris Bryant for his career in this matchup. Not a big sample size, 0 for 1. Here's the first pitch.
You know, some guys just don't like pulling the trigger in a 0-0 count. They don't like the ambush tactic. They like to calibrate the speed, maybe pick up the brake. They want to know everything your ball does before they pull the trigger.
0-1 pitch on its way.
That's not an easy pitch to do anything with, right? 96 miles an hour in on the hands. You almost have to be looking for that pitch to be able to do anything with that.
A ball and a strike now to Bryant. Hit the target, but this is low, 2-1. Called strike that time, and it's even at 2-2.
What a well-executed fastball right there, down and away. If you're going to do any damage with that pitch, you have to think up the middle the other way, and you have to be diving and leaning out over that thing.
He's set. Here's the 2-2. And it's another K. So back-to-back strikeout victims to start this relief outing.
No problems for him on the mound since he's come out of the pen to start this inning. That's back-to-back Ks, and he's making it look pretty easy. This has the makings of a good outing so far.
Here's Starling Marte. As he'll take a look at a high strike that time. It's 0-1. 2 outs already on the K this inning, so he'll be looking to do better. Now a big fastball, and he's well behind it with the swing.
One pitch away from wrapping up a very good inning's work out of the bullpen here.
Set to deliver on 0-2. Here it comes. And a great inning here as he gets another punch out and strikes out the side in order. Padres down in order. Score holds at 4-3. Leading off the inning, it'll be DJ LeMahieu trying to pad their lead here before the bottom of the inning. And here's a ball hit in the air. And this will wind up a foul ball. 0-1, here it comes. Swing and a miss as he pulls the top hand over. It's 0-2.
You know, it's funny right there. You look at that pitch, and it's almost a hybrid in between a big-time old-school curveball and a nasty slider that goes off the fastball. That's kind of right in the middle right there, kind of working off the clock, that 3 to 8, if you can picture that in your head. Tough pitch to lay off of.
The first baseman, number 33, Eddie Murray.
Now at the plate, here is Eddie Murray. It was a flyout for him in his last trip.
Almost, Matty. Almost went deep his last AB. Certainly just missed it. With this guy's big power, he's feeling pretty good at the dish. Look for him to try and get on something and drive it out of the yard this AB. Hey, great job pounding the zone. Strike one. When you got a great hitter in the box, got to get ahead. Count leverage is a must.
Swing and a miss. It's 0-2.
I can't imagine in a hitter's meeting today that's the pitch they want to attack. Plus velocity up and in. It's going to be too tough to get the barrel to that pitch today.
1-run game here in the top of the 9th. Wastes a pitch on the knuckle curve there. 1-2. And this is fouled at the plate.
You can really tell they're trying to keep the ball in on this big slugger right here.
Is that an effort to keep him from getting extended, do you think?
Yeah, I think that's the idea, Matt. But he might spin the win if he starts looking for it in there.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Still a ball and 2 strikes. 1 out, nobody on. Down the first baseline. A dive, but it's off his glove. And that's the 2nd out.
Well, if you're going to bobble a ball, you have to hope it's when a guy is lumbering down the base pass. He's no speedster, so that was a good job to stay calm and make the recovery throw.
Next, it'll be Xander Bogaerts. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. First pitch of the AB on its way. Takes this the other way to right. And that's in there, so perhaps some life here with 2 men out.
Hey, Dan, this guy's having a monster series on the road. Were you aware of the home road splits?
I think every player is, and sometimes this is a matter of being either comfortable on the mound or comfortable in a batter's box in some visiting ballparks, and some guys, quite frankly, like it better on the road than they do at home.
Now a throw over to first. At the plate, Cliff Floyd, as he looks at a fastball on the inside corner for strike 1. He comes into this appearance in the midst of a 1-for-4 day. He's set. Here's the 0-1. That's taken. Now it's 0-2.
Well, you can see he's coming right at this guy, just pounding the ball in the strike zone. He certainly has the advantage now. This guy hasn't even swung the bat yet.
Here's a breaking ball, but it doesn't quite find the strike zone.
Well, all of the umpires in the seats thought that was strike 3, and they weren't far off, but I think that was a good call. Looked to be just a bit outside.
The 1-2 is back up the middle and into center field. Oh, and the throw back in is a wild one. And he will score now from first. And the throwing mistake there, getting the ball in, is going to wind up costing him.
Well, that's the difference between a harmless error and a costly one. With the bases empty, that doesn't hurt that much. But with a man on, that allows a run to score.
Goose Gossage takes over now with 2 gone here in the top of inning number 9. To the plate now, Michael Conforto as the sinker to him finds the zone for strike 1. He's got 1 hit in 4 at-bats. And that misses 1-1. His prior history versus this arm, he's 0 for 5. Here's the 1-1 pitch. A ball and 2 strikes.
Whew, that was some gas. Triple digits on the radar gun.
1-2 pitch is a bit high, and he's back to even at 2-2. Floyd stands at second with 2 gone. Had to wait back on the changeup, and he did a good job just to make contact. In the dirt. Throw goes over to third, and it's too late as he's in there. Three-2 pitch, and it's fouled away.
Big fastball is definitely this guy's MO coming out of the bullpen.
The next 3-2, and he misses ball 4, so he comes out of the bullpen and immediately walks the first man he faces.
Now batting,
trying to keep the game close. Here's the pitch.
Hey, this offense has this closer in trouble right here. They have to find a way to keep applying pressure. I don't know, everybody top step in the dugout. Get on this guy and make him nervous.
Bonds gets under it and makes the catch to end the inning. A run on a couple of hits here for Arizona. 9-1-2 scheduled to lead off the bottom of the 9th. D-backs lead it 5-3. Now the skipper's on his way out toward the home plate area, and I believe that means we're going to have a double switch here. Houston Street comes on looking for a save here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Eric Hosmer will be summoned a pinch hit here to start the bottom of the 9th. And remember, they need 2 to tie, 3 to win, so he's got his work cut out for him here. As he'll take one on the inside corner at the knees. It's strike one. And a big pitch coming here late, so he'll step out and ask for time. And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1.
Hey, this is a real pesky hitter right here. As a pitcher, you really like to keep this guy off the bases. This is a guy that kind of sets the tables for big innings.
And there's ball two now. Hosmer in front now, a 3-1 count.
Hey, leading off an inning in this situation, 3 balls on you. You have to know that a solo shot's not tying this game up. You have to find a way to get on base any way possible.
And that is the start they were looking for, down by 2, as that misses for ball 4.
Boy, oh boy, that's a tough one for the pitcher. He's definitely wondering where the heck was that pitch. I think he called it high, but our strike zone says otherwise.
Now to the plate, Ichiro Suzuki. First pitch on the way, as he'll take a look at a slider that can't make it back to the corner. It's ball 1. A runner at first with no outs here. And a strike to even the count. 1-1. Out in front of the slider.
Great pitch in that situation. If he makes contact on that one, more than likely he's hitting into a double play.
To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Got him, and he goes down on strikes for the 3rd time.
It's always nice to keep a guy that has good wheels off base, and that's just what they did right there. Big strikeout, keep that guy off the base path.
Here's the first pitch. Nick Ahmed stands in as he looks at a called strike. Runners on first with 1 down. Now time called at the plate as he'll step out and try and start it again. Oh, 1 count. Here's the pitch. Oh, and a good tight slider there, and he's in command, 0-2. So back-to-back sliders for strikes. Does he come back with yet another?
Hey, not normally a good plan to throw 3 consecutive sliders in a row. This guy's slider is so good, I think he might throw it again.
Here comes the 1-2. Gets him swinging. He struck him out.
In a double play situation, you kind of expect most pitches to be down in the zone, hoping for a ground ball. So that was an interesting pitch selection to go up in the zone. I think he caught him off guard a little bit.
He's set, and the pitch. Barry Bonds stands in as he looks at ball 1 here. The 1-0 delivery.
And how about the uncommon patience for the rookie in a big spot right here? These have been some tough pitches to lay off.
The 2-0 is a fastball, then off the plate for a ball.
Time to narrow your focus up there at the plate. In a 1-run game, he doesn't want to walk you, so there's a good chance he's going to get something to handle right here.
Here's the 3-0. And, they won't let him walk that easily, as that's somehow ruled a strike. 3-1 now.
I'm absolutely shocked he took that pitch right there. Right in the wheelhouse, low 90s heater. That's one you got to let go on.
The 3-1. And this will be a called strike 2. And trouble now as they're down to their final strike tonight.
Good spot for an RBI. Put the ball in play with the runner in motion. He could score all the way from first.
San Diego down to their final strike. Popped him up. Moncada is there for it. Makes the catch, and that's the ball game.
Hey, this was a pretty tightly played game. Got a little bit of everything in this one. Some timely hitting, runs on the board, key pitching, and defense in certain spots. This one was a fun one to watch.
And this evening's contest comes to a close. 5-3 the final. The D-backs came through late, taking the lead in the 8th to secure the victory. Felix Medina claims the win out of the pen, his first. Houston Street hammers down the save, his second. So that will wrap things up. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney, and our whole crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, head to theshow.com.
The final line score for the ball game tonight. First for the victorious Diamondbacks, 5 runs, 15 hits, no errors. They left 12 men on base. For the Padres, 3 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors. They left 9 runners on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 4 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this evening. We remind you to please drive home safely.
Welcome, everyone. A very happy Easter to you from all of us here at Inside the Show. Let's recap how Saturday's games played out. Starting out in the NL West, the D-backs smacked 15 team hits as they grabbed a victory over the Padres at Petco Park, 5-3. Also in Padres news, shortstop number 0 will be out of action for the next couple of days. He's dealing with a pulled muscle in his leg. The Mariners dismantled the Giants, 8-2. The Rockies got the best of the Dodgers at home, 3-2. The Tampa Bay Rays launched 7 home runs in this one as they manhandled the Marlins 12-5. The Phillies knocked out 10 hits as a team as they took down the visiting Braves 5-4. The Mets knocked out 12 hits as a team as they took down the Nationals in Washington 7-5. The Pittsburgh Pirates totaled 13 hits as a team as they bested the Cubbies at Wrigley Field 6-4. The Cards sent 3 balls into the seats as they got past the Reds in Cincinnati 7-6. The Milwaukee Brewers grabbed the win over the visiting Twins 6-4. The Yankees launched 3 home runs as they took down the visiting Blue Jays 6-5. The Red Sox starting pitcher, number 0, is in a league all of his own, breaking the all-time career record for pitching wins with his 512th victory as the Red Sox claimed victory over the Orioles 8-5. The Cleveland Indians racked up 11 hits as a team as they took down the Tigers in Detroit 6-3. The Kansas City Royals hit 3 long balls as they were winners over the visiting Rangers 7-3. The White Sox combined for 4 total home runs as they pulled off the win against the Angels in Orange County 6-3. The A's combined to give up just 5 hits as they got the home victory against the Astros 7-2. And that's the show for today. Once again, have a very happy Easter, everyone.